Hi, I'm Steve McEwen with App Properties, and one of my favorite people in the real estate industry is Kelli Fogarty. She is the founder of Fogarty and Fugate, been a real estate attorney for a long, long time. Kelli, in fact, I think you and your husband, Dean, got into the real estate business at a really good time. When was that?
It was a great time. It was right before the housing crash. We decided to put all our eggs in one basket and start a real estate firm in
And you
2007.
and your husband actually met as what, state's attorneys? And is that
Yeah,
true?
we were Cook County State's attorneys over at 26 in California.
Whoa.
Um, and I got out first, and then he came and joined me and didn't see it coming.
I bet you got some stories. We'll have to talk about it at a later date. Sure. So a lot of people, today they're equating 2020 to 2008. A lot of people are afraid that the housing market's going to crash, that, we're just headed for doomsday. What's your professional opinion?
I think that people have short memories, and so they immediately equate recession with housing crash.
Right.
And that's really not what it is. Our recession in 2008 was caused by the housing market. The housing market, people were getting loans as long as they had a pulse. They
That's,
were not putting any money down.
yep.
They were buying properties that they couldn't afford. And essentially, the market crashed because of housing. This is the flip side of it. Housing is strong. Ever since the crash, people have had to put a lot more equity in their home to buy them. So you don't have those people who are doing interest only, 0% down, no doc loans. So I think right now, what you have to realize is if there is a recession, it's going to affect manufacturing and service industries. But the housing market, traditionally, when those markets are affected, real estate is a safe bet. You've seen the stock market and what's been going on lately.
Mhm.
Real estate is pretty solid. We haven't seen any dip in pricing. We're running at a shortage of inventory, and we're still seeing people buy.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that on our end. We certainly have set up video tours and virtual tours for our clients, both looking to buy and sell. So how would you convince people now that this process is actually something we can do with technology and we're still closing deals? And I think one of the biggest misnomers right now is that people are afraid, well, I can't close if I don't go to the title company, or I don't go to my inspection, or I don't go to my even, whatever the case may be. That's not the case.
Definitely not the case. Right now it's pretty amazing. I think some of the things that we're learning, just by virtue of having to all be home. We have virtual notaries now.
Yes.
Um, so we don't have to have people in person. None of my buyers are attending their closings. We do a FaceTime beforehand. They get all of the documents and we go through them just like you and I are talking, so that they get that one-on-one attention. But they're not attending the closing. They're not having to go to a physical notary. Just like inspectors are going to the properties and they're on FaceTime or some kind of virtual mechanism, and they're able to tell their clients what they're seeing and what they're finding the same way as if that client was standing right next to them.
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about you and your husband and your assistant, is that you guys have a streamlined system down pat. I know you've had multiple closings recently. How's activity been for you since April 1st, quite frankly?
It's been good. Since April 1st, the first problem that we had was that we had a lot of closings. It was the end of March. We went into quarantine right before that. Traditionally, the end of the month is our busiest time. And so we had very little time to get power of attorney from our clients and then get them approved by the lenders. So there was a bit of a chaotic mess of just trying to deal with the closings that were immediate after that. But now we're in the swing of things and closings are going smoothly. I think there is a bit of a lag time on the lending side just for approval. So I think people are going to be safe if they give themselves a little bit more time from contract to close, so that the lender has the ability to get ready. But title companies have put procedures in place. Attorneys are putting procedures in place. So it's business as usual. And in fact, right now is a great time to be a buyer because you have sellers that are willing to bend over backwards for you.
It's a great point. And, you know, mortgage rates are still phenomenally low.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think there's always an opportunity to buy. And to your point about the stock market, I'm a big believer in multi-unit investment buildings. And there's a lot of those that are, again, hot rentals in hot neighborhoods, whether it's the West Loop or Logan Square. There's a lot of great opportunities, or Pilsen, as a matter of fact. But Kelli, you've been great. Love working with you and Dean. Continued success. And where can people find you?
FogartyandFugate.com.
There you go. Kelli Fogarty, everybody. Be safe and be well.
Steve.